Have you ever stopped to think that behind a seemingly calm surface, the greatest dangers might be hidden? Rivers, symbols of life and abundance, often carry mysteries that defy our understanding. Behind clear or muddy waters lie stories of treacherous currents, impressive natural phenomena, and creatures that seem straight out of movies. Hello, restless minds. I'm Code, and this is Discover It, where curiosity knows no limits. Subscribe and help the channel grow, because every time you like, comment, or share, you're helping us bring these discoveries to more people. Together, we can create a community where curiosity can change the world. But what makes a river truly deadly? Is it its relentless power, the presence of predators, or even unique characteristics that defy logic? Today, we'll explore the 10 most fascinating and dangerous rivers in the world while uncovering what lies hidden in the waters that so captivate us. Imagine a river where the water is so hot it boils any living creature that dares to enter it. Ready to fry your neurons? Because today we're talking about a river so hot you could cook instant noodles in seconds. This is the Yangtze, a unique natural phenomenon located in the Peruvian Amazon. Known as the Boiling River, its waters reach frightening temperatures ranging between 113 degrees Fahrenheit and 212 degrees Fahrenheit, 45 degrees Celsius to 100 degrees Celsius. But what could cause such an impressive anomaly, especially in an area far from active volcanoes? This is one of the great questions that make this river one of the most fascinating and deadly on Earth. The boiling waters of Yangtze stretch for about 3.88 miles, 6.24 kilometers, creating a surreal spectacle of intense heat that transforms the landscape. Small animals that fall into the river, like insects or even birds, meet their fate. The temperature is so high that it cooks them instantly. According to researchers, the source of this heat is geothermal. Rainwater penetrates deep fissures in the ground, heating up before returning to the surface, as if the Earth itself were breathing steam. What makes it even more enigmatic is the absence of a nearby volcano. This unusual characteristic has puzzled geologists and scientists for decades. How can a tropical rainforest harbor such an extreme phenomenon? The prevailing theory suggests that deep geological faults concentrate subterranean heat, releasing boiling water through thermal springs that feed the river. Science seeks to explain, but the mystery continues to captivate and intrigue. The area surrounding Yangtze is protected by indigenous peoples who, for generations, have regarded the river as sacred. To them, its waters are not only deadly, but also carry a profound spiritual significance, as if they were a gift or a warning from nature itself. These communities believe the river is a living manifestation, a connection between the natural world and higher forces. Would you dare to approach a river that can literally boil anything it touches? Yangtze reminds us that despite all the knowledge we've accumulated, the planet still holds secrets that challenge our understanding. After all, what else might the Amazon hide in its vast territory? In the heart of Andalusia, Spain, there is a river that, at first glance, seems straight out of a surrealist painting. The Tinto River is famous for its vibrant waters, ranging from deep red to golden hues. Despite its almost magical appearance, it is anything but harmless. Filled with heavy metals and an alarmingly high acidity level, the Tinto River is one of the most toxic bodies of water in the world. But how did it become this way? And could this peculiar beauty hide an even darker secret? The story of the Tinto River begins about 5,000 years ago when the region's first inhabitants discovered rich deposits of minerals along its banks. Since then, the mining of copper, silver, and gold became the area's primary activity. Over millennia, tons of chemical waste were dumped into the river, drastically altering its composition. Today, its waters have a pH of approximately 1.7, equivalent to battery acid, making it an environment nearly inhospitable to life as we know it. What amazes scientists is that, even in such adverse conditions, certain microscopic life forms thrive in the Tinto River. Extremophile bacteria, which feed on minerals like iron and sulfur, play a crucial role in its distinct coloration. These creatures intrigue researchers because they may offer clues about the possibility of life in extreme environments beyond Earth, such as on Mars or Jupiter's moons. Who would have thought a toxic river could hold insights into understanding the cosmos? Beyond science, the Tinto River also carries cultural and historical significance. From ancient Iberian peoples to the Romans and later the Industrial Revolution, the river has witnessed humanity's evolution. However, this exploitation has left deep scars, transforming its waters into a chilling reminder of humanity's impact on the environment. Could the Tinto River's stunning colors be a beautiful warning about the consequences of our actions? It's impossible to look at the Tinto River without feeling a mix of fascination and fear. Its colors are a captivating spectacle, but its toxicity is a clear reminder that not everything that shines is safe. Would you dare to touch its waters? Or, like the bacteria that live within it, could there be something in us that resists its extreme environment? In Yorkshire, England, there is a river that combines beauty with deadly danger. The Wharf River, stretching 65 miles, 105 kilometers, winds through bucolic landscapes, giving a false sense of calm and tranquility. However, hidden between its narrow banks lies a dark secret that earned it the nickname Killer River. Its waters, seemingly harmless, conceal powerful currents and underwater labyrinths, capable of dragging anyone who ventures too close to their death. The most dangerous spot in the Wharf is an area known as the Strid, where the river narrows abruptly to just about 3 feet 1 meter wide. In this section, the current's intensity becomes terrifying, carving tunnels and chasms into the submerged rocks. This phenomenon turns the river into a real trap. The water flows with such force that it can ensnare anything that falls into it, dragging it into the maze of stones shaped by nature's relentless forces. Ever heard of a place that gives you chills just by looking at it? Welcome to the Strid of the Wharf River. Here, the water cosplays as a black hole and simply makes everything vanish. Care to try? What makes the Wharf River even more terrifying is its reputation for never returning the bodies of its victims. There are stories of people who disappeared into its waters without a trace. This macabre reputation has led the area to be surrounded by warning signs cautioning visitors about the danger. Still, the serene beauty of the location continues to draw unsuspecting adventurers. Could the wharf simply be a natural phenomenon, or is there something more sinister in its waters? Interestingly, the river also carries an aura of mystery that fuels local legends. Residents tell stories of spirits haunting the Strid, as if the souls of the river's victims are still trapped in its submerged tunnels. Are these tales merely the product of popular imagination, or do they reflect the psychological impact of a place that combines such beauty with such peril? The Wharf River reminds us that nature can be as fascinating as it is deadly. Its waters challenge us to question how far we're willing to go to explore the unknown. Would you dare approach a river that literally swallows everything it touches? In Central Africa, a winding river flows through dense forests and unexplored territories, hiding mysteries as deep as its waters. This is the Congo River, the second largest river in Africa by length and the deepest in the world, with depths exceeding 720 feet, 220 meters. In some sections, it challenges even sunlight, which cannot penetrate its darkest layers. However, its grandeur is accompanied by dangers that intimidate even the most experienced explorers. The vastness of the Congo River, stretching 2,920 miles, 4,700 kilometers, spans 9 countries, crossing tropical forests that host an impressive biodiversity. Yet these forests hide more than beauty. Predators such as crocodiles and giant snakes inhabit its banks, while fierce fish like the infamous tiger fish dominate its waters. The Congo is not just a river. It is a relentless ecosystem where survival depends on respect and caution. Another factor adding to the river's peril is its geography. Its rapids and waterfalls are so intense that they have made certain parts impassable, even for boats. One of the most notorious sections is known as the Livingstone Falls, a succession of rapids and waterfalls that defies nature's strength. These rapids showcase how the Congo violently shapes its landscape, creating natural barriers that limit human access. The river also carries a historical and cultural weight. During colonization, its waters served as a transportation route for the exploitation of natural resources and slaves. Today, it remains a vital source of sustenance for millions of people, but also a reminder of the scars left by human exploitation. The Congo is more than a dangerous river. It is a symbol of resilience and strength, both for nature and the people who depend on it. The Congo River challenges us to face the unknown, the literal and symbolic depth of a body of water that seems infinite. Could you look at its dark waters without wondering what lies beneath? What secrets still rest in its depths? In the vastness of South America lies a river that seems endless. The Amazon River, with its impressive length of 4,345 miles, 7,062 kilometers, according to recent studies, is the largest river in the world by water volume, crossing 3 countries, Peru, Colombia, and Brazil. Its waters meander through one of the planet's most biodiverse regions, the Amazon rainforest, where life is abundant and often dangerous. Despite its ecological and cultural importance, the Amazon is also one of the most threatening natural forces on Earth. Swimming in the Amazon might seem tempting, but it's a risky adventure. Its waters are home to formidable predators such as sharp-toothed piranhas, giant anacondas, and the feared kangaroo, a small parasitic fish known for causing serious harm by entering the human body. Additionally, the river's depths hide other invisible dangers, such as whirlpools and strong currents capable of dragging even the most experienced swimmers to the bottom. The Amazon is also the stage for impressive natural phenomena, such as the pororoca, a violent encounter between the river's waters and the Atlantic Ocean's tides. This spectacle creates massive waves that travel along the river, destroying everything in their path. Could anyone withstand the uncontrollable force of a pororoca? Few dare to try. Despite its dangers, the Amazon River is essential to the planet's ecological balance. It accounts for about 20% of the freshwater flowing into the world's oceans and is home to millions of species of plants and animals. For the riverside populations, the river is a provider offering food, transportation, and connection between communities, but at the same time, it exacts its toll through devastating floods and fatal encounters with its fauna. The Amazon is a mix of beauty and danger, a constant reminder of how nature can be both generous and ruthless. Would you dare to explore one of the largest and most mysterious bodies of water on the planet? What else could be hidden in its depths? In the vastness of China, the Yangtze River cuts through the country like a vital artery, providing water, food, and energy to millions of people. At approximately 3,964 miles, 6,400 kilometers long, it is Asia's largest river and the third largest in the world, a true giant driving China's economy. However, despite its importance, the Yangtze is one of the most dangerous rivers on the planet, combining natural forces with the devastating impacts of human activity. One of the greatest dangers associated with the Yangtze is its flooding. For centuries, the river has been known to overflow, causing large-scale destruction in the towns and villages that grow along its banks. A striking example was the Great Flood of 1931, considered one of the worst natural disasters ever recorded, leaving millions dead. Even with technological advances and constructions like the massive Three Gorges Dam, the risk of new floods remains constant. Human control seems small in the face of nature's brute force. The construction of the Three Gorges Dam is one of the most impressive feats ever accomplished by man, but also one of the most controversial. This hydroelectric power plant, inaugurated in 2003, is the largest in the world but has drastically altered the Yangtze's natural flow. It's incredible what the Yangtze endures. Giant dams, pollution, floods. This river is basically nature's multitasker. but it's almost begging for a break. While generating power for millions, it has also displaced entire communities and caused ecological imbalances. Is it possible to tame a giant without paying a high price? In addition to flooding, the Yangtze suffers from pollution caused by China's rapid industrialization. Chemical and domestic waste are dumped daily into its waters, compromising the ecosystem and the health of the people who depend on it. Native fish species, such as the iconic baiji dolphin, have gone extinct due to environmental impacts. Is it too late to save the river that sustains so many lives? The Yangtze is a clear example of how the interaction between man and nature can create a delicate and dangerous balance. It continues to be China's beating heart, but its future is uncertain. Will it one day find harmony between being a wild river and a tool of modernity? In the heart of southern Africa, the Zambezi River flows through breathtaking landscapes, crossing 8 countries and stretching 1,599 miles, 2,575 kilometers. Its global fame comes mainly from the majestic Victoria Falls, one of the largest waterfalls in the world, spanning over 5,600 feet, 1,700 meters, with a staggering drop of nearly 330 feet, 100 meters. However, the stunning beauty of the Zambezi hides deadly dangers, making it one of the most feared rivers on the African continent. One of the greatest threats of the Zambezi lies in the animals inhabiting its waters. Gigantic crocodiles and ferocious hippos make this river a hostile place for humans and other creatures. While hippos are often perceived as calm, they are responsible for more human deaths in Africa than any other wild animal. Additionally, Nile crocodiles, with their sharp teeth and quick reflexes, patiently wait for any prey that ventures too close. Would you dare to navigate these waters knowing predatory eyes might be watching? Beyond its wildlife dangers, the Zambezi also presents natural challenges. Its violent rapids, especially near Victoria Falls, make navigation extremely risky. Canoeists and adventurers brave enough to challenge these waters require exceptional skill and sheer luck to survive. During the rainy season, the river's volume increases dramatically, transforming it into an uncontrollable force capable of flooding vast areas within hours. Another fascinating and dangerous aspect of the Zambezi is its role in the lives of local communities. Many depend on the river for fishing, farming, and transportation. However, these same residents face constant risks from flooding. A striking example is the annual Kwamboka Festival, celebrated by the Lozi people, who migrate to higher ground as the Zambezi's waters begin to rise. This cultural event reflects the deep respect and adaptation locals have for the river. The Zambezi River is more than a body of water. It is a living entity that challenges anyone who crosses its path. Its waters remind us that nature's beauty often comes with unpredictable dangers. Would you have the courage to explore a river where the next threat could emerge from beneath the water or fall from the sky in torrential rains? Cutting through Southeast Asia like a backbone, the Mekong River is much more than just a waterway. Spanning 2,703 miles, 4,350 kilometers, it flows through 6 countries, connecting entire communities and sustaining millions of lives. It is one of the most biodiverse rivers in the world, home to rare and magnificent species like the giant catfish and Irrawaddy dolphins. Yet, despite its vital importance, the Mekong is also a dangerous force where nature and human activities collide dramatically. One of the Mekong's biggest challenges is the strength of its currents, which often make navigation perilous. During the monsoon season, the river transforms into an untamed giant, causing floods that destroy crops and entire villages. Small boats are frequently swallowed by the raging waters, and even larger vessels require extreme caution to avoid becoming victims of its turbulence. How can one cope with a river that simultaneously nourishes and threatens? In addition to natural dangers, the Mekong faces human-induced challenges. The construction of numerous dams along its course has drastically altered its water flow, harming both the ecosystem and riverbank communities. Built to generate energy and meet rising demand, these dams often lead to catastrophic floods or severe droughts in different parts of the river. It's as if the Mekong is struggling to adapt to a world that demands more and more from its waters. The river also conceals dangers within its fauna. Animals such as freshwater crocodiles and venomous snakes inhabit its banks, posing constant threats to fishermen and locals. Imagine encountering a crocodile while fishing to feed your family. The balance between humans and nature seems increasingly fragile, with both struggling to coexist. Despite all this, the Mekong remains a source of life, culture, and tradition. Its waters sustain rice fields, floating markets, and religious festivals celebrating the connection between people and the river. But as the challenges intensify, one question arises: can the Mekong withstand the pressures of the modern world without losing its essence? In the United States, the Mississippi River is much more than a watercourse. It is a symbol of history, culture, and the power of nature. Stretching 2,340 miles, 3,766 kilometers, the Mississippi is the largest river in North America and one of the most iconic in the world. Its seemingly calm waters conceal deep and unexpected dangers, challenging those brave enough to cross its path. One of the primary threats of the Mississippi lies in its treacherous currents and unpredictable whirlpools. As a massive river, it may appear harmless in some areas, but its waters hide a force that has claimed many lives. These whirlpools are so powerful that they can pull entire boats underwater, catching even the most experienced navigators off guard. It's impossible to predict where the next whirlpool will appear, making every crossing an act of courage. The Mississippi is here to remind us that size isn't just about charm. These whirlpools devour everything and still laugh in your face. There's no mercy here. Another factor contributing to the Mississippi's danger is its fauna. Alligators, giant catfish, and even bull sharks have been recorded in its waters. Bull sharks, in particular, are known for their ability to survive in both saltwater and freshwater, making the Mississippi an unlikely habitat. Who would have imagined encountering sharks in a river? This transforms any swim or fishing trip into a potentially deadly experience. In spring, the Mississippi also turns into a destructive giant due to flooding. Rising water levels affect entire communities, causing human, material, and environmental losses. In 1927, the river was the site of one of the greatest floods in U.S. history, devastating cities and farmlands for thousands of miles. Even with modern flood control systems, the Mississippi still proves it cannot be fully tamed. Despite its dangers, the Mississippi remains one of the most important rivers in the world, vital for transportation, agriculture, and regional culture. Its waters carry stories of resilience and overcoming challenges, but they also remind us that even symbols of progress can be ruthless. Could you cross its waters without thinking about the whirlpools and creatures lurking below? The Nile River, stretching an impressive 4,225 miles, 6,800 kilometers, is much more than Africa's longest river. It stands as a testament to human history, having been the cradle of entire civilizations like that of ancient Egypt. Its waters, which nourished Egypt's fertile banks for millennia, also hold mysteries and dangers that challenge the courage of those who venture too close. While the Nile is a source of life, it also reveals itself as a destructive and often deadly force. One of the greatest dangers of the Nile lies in its treacherous currents, especially in regions where the river narrows or meets waterfalls. Many adventurers who have attempted to cross it have underestimated the strength of its waters, losing their lives in the process. Additionally, the river's course is marked by cataracts and dams which, while useful for generating energy, increase the risks for unprepared navigators. Is the Nile merely a provider of wealth? Or is it also a test of human strength? Another undeniable danger lies in the river's fauna. The Nile is home to some of the continent's most lethal creatures, such as the Nile crocodile, an agile and ferocious predator that can grow over 16 feet 5 meters long. These crocodiles are infamous for their aggression and their ability to ambush prey both in the water and on its banks. Furthermore, the river harbors mosquitoes that transmit deadly diseases like malaria, making it a threat not only physically but also biologically. The impact of climate change and human activity also amplifies the Nile's dangers. With rising temperatures and excessive use of its waters for irrigation, the river faces periods of drought that affect millions of people. At the same time, devastating floods continue to occur in some regions, demonstrating that the Nile is as unpredictable as it is essential. How can balance be achieved in a river that seems both vital and threatening at once? The Nile is not just a river. It is a living entity that has shaped cultures and challenged generations. Its course invites us to reflect on how humanity depends on nature, even when it places us in situations of extreme danger. Would you dare to explore the river that carried the secrets of the pharaohs and still harbors mysteries only nature can explain? As we explore the world's most dangerous rivers, we discover that nature is as fascinating as it is unforgiving. From boiling waters that defy logic, like those of the Timpishka, to the treacherous whirlpools of the Mississippi, each of these rivers carries stories of beauty, danger, and mystery. They remind us that no matter how much humanity progresses, the force of nature remains untamable, full of secrets we have yet to uncover. So, what else might these rivers hide? Are there still unexplored places, undocumented dangers, or unknown creatures waiting in the depths? If you enjoyed this journey of discoveries, don't forget to leave a like, share it with friends, and comment below about what stood out to you the most. Perhaps others will relate, and together we can spark a great conversation. And of course, subscribe to the channel for more content where curiosity knows no limits.